avenues are coming out for the studentship and beginners, and I will still prefer that. I am very highly respectful to the student, because students are the most prominent learners, and they are the future developers of the system, and that is why we have to nourish them at proper level by encoding or decoding all the information which is relevant to them, and then show them a glimpses what is information, where information is coming, what is the e-resources, and for that purpose the coordinators organize this seminar is highly appreciated in the profession. So there are internet resources are available, open is available, multimedia resources are, even email, you can exchange your activities, e-forums are there, subject groups are there, then your discussion groups are also there, so you can look into all the activities. And now there, as we have so long we are discussing on this issue, and now we have found out that what is the nature of e-resources, that e-resources are brought out in various kind, various nature, various types, and they of course are basically in electronic and digital form only. There is no print coming into across with this. If you are mixing physical and digital together, then that is called as a hybrid collection. The different forms are, e-journals are there, e-books are there, and e-library is a very good search engine for you, or very good URL for you. I have given you URL where you can get lot of books from your education side, from your faculty side, from your interested side, because right now not a only single system is growing, but multidisciplinary approach in education system is also coming, and and that is why what happens, these e-resources are taking maximum lead, and that's why users like you are there, they are liking these e-resources very much. Then e-manuscripts, so all the manuscripts are now converted into the digital form because of its importance, and and it should be used for the future generation they are managing. E-magazines, then electronic thesis are there, newspaper are there. Now everything is there, that they want to share the current and nascent information with the young generation, so that they can develop new ideas and generate their intellectual power, so that they can be a powerful researcher in their PG and furthermore learnings. So this is very, very important aspect of this. I have given some few slides. Of course, this presentation is with you and it is shareable. E-books are there. E-books are available in various forms. They may be in PDF, and they can you can use for that e-book readers, like Kindles are there. Many e-book readers are now available. E-journals, regularly I prefer, and I will suggest, only I am at the suggestive part. I suggest that from the undergraduate level, you try to browse your subject magazines or e-journals or e-periodicals, whatever you can say, you can use it. This will add to your knowledge definitely, and you will just come out with the extraordinary student, extraordinary, who can just fetch good research. Then electronic newspaper, now in this pandemic issue, there were no newspapers, but they were circulated online, and they were at your place on your desktop or mobile, and everywhere, all the gadgets they were supplementing or providing to you. Then databases are very important. They are playing a very major role in this, in the form of electronic resource. Databases are very essential for researcher and scholar and the faculty members, because faculty is just getting maximum reading material from this, and they are just sharing you people with the different classroom sessions, that you read this reference, this you in addition addition to my teaching, you just go and have some additional reading facilities for you. So all such type of databases are there. Then data banks are there which gives you the various data which is available on a particular area. So that collecting that data and manipulating data to that information, and information finally can be generated into the knowledge, and knowledge is used for the development of the societal problem and solving the problem of the any activity. Uh, then electronic theses are also very useful for the research, for the student, even how to write a thesis, what are the content of the thesis. If you analyze the content of the research material right now at the undergraduate level, then you will come to the notice that, oh, that is a very good thing, what he has done, newness, I understood now. And you will march on the same thing, and you try to find out the more information which is available in your free jargon, open access jargon. Initially, it will be a step up information resource for you, which you can just build up with your library people. Go to the library and then share with your views with the librarian, and then he will tell you, he will suggest you what are the best things we are doing for you. So there are many resources we have seen, but what are the best characteristic? I think Dr. Wagmode madam in her initial speech, she has given you some good characteristics of e-resources, and these e-resources are potentially high in number and increasing in all subject areas. All the subject areas, not only in a particular area. I will tell you what are the streams managed by Bharati Vidyapit. I know Bharati Vidyapit very well. In almost all stream, right from the beginning of your engineering to the highest technological development, management, art, humanities, commerce, business, everything they have covered. And it is a very good thing that almost all subject areas, they have very particular and prominent open source software, and they are just initiated all these people to you that these are the prominent resources which you can just understand and keep watch on them, what you can use for your further studies. Then search strategies for e-resources are best and pinpointed. What happens? You can add all the qualitative aspect of your search technology into this searching of information, and very few references you will galvanized from huge information what you get in Google Scholar or Google network or web search engines and everything. But here e-resources can be just apply your techniques and skills, how you can use and how you can search the information from this. And I think for this, some sessions will be conducted in future for you, how to search information from the prominent e-resources, what techniques you can follow, how we can bring the qualitative information hits based on your searching qualities, searching skills. Hyperlinks are provided in electronic resources, and that's why you can get hyperlinking, that is intralinking and interlinking among the different documents in the same document, and this is the best quality. You can select the keyword, and that keyword will hyperlink you to the related portion in the same text or in the similar or related area, like internet and all these things other databases can also do. So this hyperlinking is very important aspect into that. Then access to e-document by anyone, not necessarily whatever coming into the public domain, free domain, anybody can access anytime, anywhere. Global access is provided to literature on any subject. That is the very qualitative and quantitative aspect. Then retrieval of information from e-resources is quicker accurate than the print resources. I never blame that print resources are not giving information, but it will take very long time. If you are a systematic hardcore reader, then definitely you have to follow the print media. Even full text electronic media will give, but electronic media facility is more for your quick searching and quick analyzing what is happening in the current scenario in your subject, and that's why they are very, very, very essential for you. Okay, how you will make the access to e-resources? As I told you, either you subscribe, your organization subscribe, somebody subscribe, individual subscribes, then there are internet resources, web resources, which people which people they bring for public usage. Furthermore, what they are adding to it is that open source initiatives is coming out, and open source resources are open to public. They can use it, they can share it, but only one thing, you everyone, we have to remember that whatever we are quoting in writing for anywhere, then we have to cite that reference, cite that author, for what purpose you have used his literature. That citation is very, very important. Otherwise, you are crossing the limits of intellectual property right, copyright specifically into that, and for research purpose, your plagiarism report will be high, which will be declined in education sector. Okay. So this open access then preferred. There are licensing methods. Whenever you come to the subscription level, the licensing methods are also there, and that you are not the at this level that you can consider this is for the professionals to come. Okay. Now there are many advantages of the e-resources, and that is why these e-resources are coming very high into that. Huge number of information is available. If you consider only a one part of that, almost all, more than lakhs of journals are available. Of course, they are coming from the all areas, commercial, open source, freewares, and everywhere. Up to date information is provided. Then searching and linking is very much useful. Hyperlinking is the major criteria for the use and advantage. Is in transferring information. Immediately you can share your information with others also. More resources in limited revenue means you can buy many things because they are cheaper than print media, also cheaper and quicker also. Hence many libraries, they have given some accounts by which they can make you the book available within 24 hours also. And I experienced Bharati Vidyapit also carrying out such type of initiative in their libraries. Multimedia content is there. That's why everybody is very easy, because from the diagram, from the motion picture or film and everything, you can grab the concept immediately. Tables are there, qualitative analysis is given, and then you can just develop a panoramic picture into that, and then you can narrate and this is the beauty which is coming into that. Whatever search result you are getting, you just put into the analytical software and analyze them as per your use. That is also a very good asset of this e-resources. Information society can navigate or surf through different channels. site means information society can use any channel. They can use their desktop, mobile, any other gadgets, tabs and everything, and they can just search the information. They can use wi-fi and sit anywhere in cafe and their leisure reading rooms and your discussion rooms, and even people are using these resources in libraries and searching information, and whatever information they want, either it is available in the internet or in the library itself. If it is available in the library, you can immediately refer it. If it is available in the internet, then you can immediately download. All such facility is there, and that is why quick accessible, quick searchable, all these things made all these e-resources very useful to the academics, researchers, educationists and everything. Then they are very interactive also. Not only all these common facilities, it is interactive means you can append a review in the margin that this page is very important, this document is very important. You can put your review so that the next reader can read that review and just follow to the many times you just take your goods inside and then you give your remarks for that, how I feel the service, whatever thing. Like this, you can do all such type of thing. You can append your reviews, or you can say that the similar book which is the best I read is this also. You can also refer to this, and this will enhance the readership. And librarianship is also very progressive because they are giving advisory services, bibliotherapy, bibliographic services to the user instantly on a particular topic because of all these electronic gadgets available with them. Then alert facilities available. Almost all search engines, they are alerting you if you provide your keywords to them that I am interested in this particular subject, in this particular point, then they will just share your information immediately by email, and they will try to keep you alert whether you purchase or do not purchase, you cart or do not cart. That is, they are immaterial. What is the present nature is that every reader, every user, every academician, every student, teacher, scholar, they should be aware what is available in their area. Then makes the content more expressive and increase the utility. These e-resources try to express many things in highlight and diagrammatic and multimedia and everything. Like, say, I will cite you one example, Encyclopedia Encarta, which is the best encyclopedia for the students, for the learners, for the children, because they show you how activities, how science, how phenomenon takes place, and they will educate with the multimedia format. We don't know how much for butterfly flying in the sky or in the air, how many times she had to flutter her wings. We don't know, but this encyclopedia they give us. So such type of things imbibe in the students and the children's mind, and they will generate their future with the strong concepts. That is what e-resources are playing, and that's why we are taking the great shelter of these e-resources in the higher education, then learning, teaching and research activities. Then space saving and other facilities are there, but as far as we are concerned with the education system, it is very well developed. Of course, every better things will have some disadvantage. Certain issues are there. Many issues can be isolated and they can be resolved also. That is not a problem. But few issues they will sustain, that we have to sustain with that, and then we have to collect the qualitative information. Say, for example, not comfortable with reading on the screen, but what happens now, technology is developing very fast, and now they are bringing out such a panel, such a your screens, that they will not trouble you anymore on your eyesight. They will not strain us on your eyesight, because what happens, happens now, even a small child going in junior and senior, they have to work on the laptops, and that's why more progress is going into this, and slowly and silently this research elements into this area will develop, and such a screen, big screen will come. Already they are in the market. And from that you can review, and that will come into the cheap prices. That is the government's input into this, and they are also working on these issues. Then lack of sufficient skills, this we have to develop our own, how best we can search from the internet or open source from different areas, and how we can work on that. That is our skill, and we will learn that skill, and we also dismiss this weakness, and we have to just make master into that. For that purpose, your colleges will organize some seminars and will work on that issue. Then plagiarism is one more prominent thing coming into this, because now we are not writing with the mind. What majority of the community is doing is that they are just copy paste mechanism they are doing, and that it just landed into the plagiarism. So we just work on a good communication skill, that what we read, how we can just summarize it in our words, and with the given reference, how we can just share with the others. That is our skill, and that skill sets will be taken slowly, and this issue can also be eliminated. Searching, what happens nowadays, other FOBO and FOMO things are coming for better options and for more references. What happened, internet is such an activity that more and more references are coming, and we are never satisfied with the references what we are giving. Okay, we will search more for getting better options. We will just add some more keywords into that and better options into that, and that is why what happens, many times we will lose our track. Better you fix your keywords in mind and just make your searching skills application into that, and just make the things more perfect into that. Okay. Now you can search these e-resources with keywords, general subject, specific subject, keyword alone, keyword in combination, then authors, editor, translator, reviewer, then publication date, publisher, country, place, language, type of document, like only I want book, only I want patent, only I want thesis on the topic. You can search it. Means many galaxies are coming into this. Then information searching techniques are very good. What they are doing, they will allow you to browse. Just go and browse, have a tidbit what is current information available in my area. If you want to deep searching deep web, then you can go into that also. Then free text search is also there. You give any word in that document and you search the relevant information what author says about that keyword. That is also possible. Then root searching is there, like color, colorful, colorness, color spelling in variations, that you can also use on root search and using wildcard. Truncation and wildcard are very prominent search techniques that we can learn in future, because when you will go to the PG level, or what you are in the PG level, then you can go to the research level, then all such type of techniques will be available to you. Even you can search your subject or topic by field search only on this subject, only on this keyword, only on this author, like that also. Then Boolean search and or not logic is also used by not this term but all these term associated. All the terms either this or that, or you eliminate this and add to this, like that. Boolean searches can be there. Then structure searches are also possible. If you can send an image, is the person like this, then this image could encoding, decoding, and all these softwares are also coming, which are helping for spying and everything. So many things are coming into this, and which are also available in this. Even you can select phrase search and all these things, which is very useful. Now, use of e-resources in higher education and research. Why these e-resources have given so much prominence in the higher education and research activities are there? E-resources are convenient to use and conduct research, since it is easier to search for information at faster rate. Search engines are used instead of manual searching. Instead of manual searching, we are using maximum search engines are there. Access to more information, more and more huge information storage is there. That is biggest library in the world is internet, and it is open to you. Only thing is there, you should have a skill. How we can narrow down our query? That is your skill, and that you can learn in the passage of your time. In the current pandemic situation, each country has introduced quarantine measures to physical access, and they ensure your health and safety of each and every user, citizen, and community as such. But during this period, online sessions, online education, distance learning, e-learning, all these were running very well because of e-resources. So we definitely can say that e-resources are backbone to e-learning. Without e-resources, e-learning is not possible. E-learning is possible unless and until you develop your search strategy with you, and you try to create your own products and submit it to the education sector for assessment purpose. That is also there. Then higher education system has grown expansion wide, because what happens, formal education nowadays, they are coming to the informal education, working at distance level, using, because the fancy of that is that at your ease you can just log into your computer, open your topic, and work on that issue. There is no need that you should be all the time online with the session, and that's why there are many resources are available, many courses are available. IITs are conducting courses for different engineers. Along with their work, they can be expertise in other area also, because now multidisciplinary, multifaceted activities are coming out, and for this purpose, e-learning, e-teaching is very important, and e-resources are inseparable from the education system now. E-resources are rich source of information for students, definitely, who want to develop more knowledge into their areas. There are number of e-books and reference books and e-journals, interlinked hypertext documents, online help centers are there, expert views are available with you, and there are study-oriented material available for learning and teaching, and we definitely take a benefit of this, and these are open source. Many of these are open source, because education system want to initiate that not only because of the formal education you should keep deprived of the education, but that is the main basics of coming the following education system, which will give you more highlights into that. So all such type of things are coming into that. And e-learning, whatever e-learning is there, e-learning is based on three aspects, that is web-based learning, all the resources are available on the web and you are learning into that. Then computer assisted learning, what we are doing today, experiment, that is the computer assisted, and this computer being used, the different networks are being used, and virtual education opportunities are also coming, and that's why VLE softwares are also coming out, and they are sharing every information to you all the time. And there are many lecture series available of the different institute throughout the world, which can be shareable by your organization for better learning facilities, which webinars and all these things that are now very prominent, and henceforth it will be seminars, might be a point where we, if we at all want to meet together and have a discussion at the different level, otherwise webinar will take lead into that. So these are the many aspects related to then importance of e-resources in science and technology. If we consider, because what happened, all these coordinators, they have given a very good distribution of the topic, and now my fellow Dr. Gopal Krishnan, he is working on the resources on research. My mentor Dr. S.K. Patil, he is working on the humanities and social sciences. Dr. Meena Lok, professor and head from the library and working in the very stalwart university institute IMCC in the management sector, she is taking other management resources. But why this science and technology resources are very important? Scientific research depend upon accurate, current, timely available of the information. If you don't provide these factors to them, then your research activity cannot carry. And if I can cite you some example, Haldi Ghati has taken place, then rice case has been taken place. There are many cases have been taken place because the patent literature granted was not disseminated or which not received, and that's why many. So what happens in the jargon of electronic area, the gray literature is now not in existence. Gray literature means it is published but not known to the user, is not happening nowadays. Of course, there are different areas coming, they are sharing with you, they are just communicating with you, they are available on the internet, institutional repositories are there, various factors are coming. And now in science and technology, much more importance is given that the user should get prominent and quick and current information so that he can build the nation thoughts based on that information. Disseminate the research finding quickly. Whatever experiments you are carrying out, they are quickly disseminated to the user, and hence your duplication of the research is avoided, and more valuable time of user, money, and everything will be saved, much more time. E-resource promotion, interdisciplinary research is better way. E-resource helps in promoting interdisciplinary research. Now, this concept is coming into the new education policy, that interdisciplinary research is giving more importance, that you can cross culture and just do the research, because research has no back, no fixed bottlenecks into the areas. You can select any areas and you cross over, applying the basics into that, and that is why transdisciplinary areas are also coming. Transdisciplinary means taking the basic of your areas and then shift another area. They are also coming. This is because of the science and technology, and that is why in science and technology e-resource are playing a very vital role. E-resource disseminate information quickly and helps to avoid the duplication of research. That is one point is there. Then I have narrated very good resources which are very useful for science and technology. I have considered this science and technology area in which chemical sciences, physical sciences, inorganic chemistry, then pharmacy, then engineering and medicinal and all maximum sector they are covered into the resources I have given you because these are with you, so you can just try and trial and error. You can use this and slowly and silently you can work on that whenever you find a leisure time. I will definitely prefer you that you people have to go to the USPTO site or INPADOC site, which is a very good prominent site for the patents, and for the patents in the beginner you can learn into that what is patent, how patents are being filed. The new innovative ideas are being filed in the patents, and that patents will give you the great economical help in future also. And now I am just witness that all the undergraduate people also filing the patents, and in that connection what I want to suggest, there are many resources available on the internet which you can do best. Out of that, I will tell you two search engines which are very popular. They are Cyrus and Google. I have covered Google Scholar. I have given the web links are their URLs here also. And here you can see these all e-resources, Web of Science. In these resources, there are certain commercial resources are also there. There are certain freewares also there. There are some open source literatures are also there that you have to check. And in this e-resources, one more factor is there that you have to be evaluative. You have to consult more than one and find out which is the best resources which suffice your need for your study or for your work, for your use, and that you select and concentrate on that. And whenever you will find, then go for the peripheral activities. I have put some more 3, 4, 5 slides which gives you all the resources which are very helpful. I will never say that this is the only final list. I have just given you the some sample of that, and you have to work on that. You have to go each and every site, each and every aspect into that, and just find out what they are giving and how best we can use that resource for our education purpose, research purpose, teaching purpose. Even nowadays, what happens while teaching, teacher are asking the student to connect the internet. Especially, I have observed this in MBA level where the case studies are being carried out in the class by giving the cases and solve that cases, how they have solved the problems and how they have come up in the profession, and such type of cases have been studied in at MBA level. I have witnessed many things. I have just share all the tidbits here. There are many ebooks available free of charge for you. Why not to go and just refer these e-books? There are many times novels are there, fictions are there, but there are many good books are also available which are in public domain. And G Library is very good site for this, and G Library homepage, both sites I have given many resources. I have try to give you. And even in conclusion, if I will get the 5 minutes, I want to share some certain things that the library and academic staff, that faculty and student, if all together come together and then they find out how to use e-resources and how to make best practices for using e-resources, that will be a very good achievement for at the organizational level. Academic staff should be aware of and confident of using the e-resources and use them as integral part in the teaching process. They have to use, because not only, even I have also been trained for the use of e-resources. You don't think that I am the regular learner from this online resources. Writing and designing assignment required use of e-resources and awareness of e-resources and how to select the best e-resources, and how to search the qualitative data from the resources is very very important. All teaching room in the organization should have functioning internet access to enable demonstration of e-resources in the class while conducting the formal education along with the online education or with the e-resource education and all these things. Students should receive an initial instruction how to use e-resources, and for this purpose this prominent seminar was conducted by all the coordinator. I am very happy for this, and I am lucky enough that I could share whatever I learned in my passage of time. I could share it to you. So a student should receive an initial help for use of e-resources, and I hope during this 2 days seminar all the sites you can club together, and why not to prepare a good different project and submit it, all these things. Then information literacy program should be conducted by the organization, so that the student, faculty, researchers, scholars, they will be very well trained what is information literacy, how I can be literate about if you look into that, all these references for preparation of this lecture I have quoted here, so that this is the proper way. I may not be a master of all, or I may not be a master in all, but I will take all the literature help and imbibe my ideas which I practically gained into the user community. That is my end. I here conclude my session with lot of thanks to the coordinator, with the management, with the student faculties. They are the main core developers in this area. I wish each and everyone all the best. Thank you very much. For this, if anything you people want to ask, if anything our contributors they want, presenters they want, just I am free for them to ask, or even they can be narrated at the end. You just send your remarks. Thank you very much.
Uh, Thank you, Dr. N.B. Dahibate, sir. I'm Amarjeet, the co-host for the day, along with Fatima Kadri. I thank you for sharing all the information and knowledge about e-resources, and I'm sure if we inculcate this habit of using e-resources, it will surely help us increasing our knowledge and our reach to the information. We are really grateful for the time and effort you took to share your research or usage of e-resources and experiences with us. And I would request if ma'am has any questions.
No, continue, Amarjit.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very
So
much, each and everyone, for my help. Thank you very much.
thank you, sir. Uh, so there is a saying, I don't have to look far to find treasures. I discover them every time I visit a library. So due to e-resources, do remember, treasure is in your pockets. And reading is to the mind what exercise is to the body. So if you're working out to build your physique, do read to develop your mind. On that note, I would take the privilege to introduce you to the second speaker of the day. He has done MBA in HR from University of Madras, PhD in Department of Library and Information Science from University of Madras, Masters in Library and Information Science from Madurai Kamaraj University. He is the head of Resource Center at NIFT Campus, Chennai, and has worked as Project Associate Purchase Officer Unit in Charge for Academics during his span of 28 years at NIFT Chennai. Additionally, he has been a nodal officer for admissions from the year 2014 and to till 16 at NIFT Chennai Center. He has been a nodal officer for All India Survey on Higher Education MHRD, which is an initiative by Government of India at NIFT Chennai. He's been a team leader for ISO certification 9001-2015 at NIFT Chennai. He has done research and specialization in area of information seeking pattern, information seeking behavior, networking, digital library, consumer behavior, marketing, unisex clothing. He has two books, 37 articles, and three chapters published under his name. Let me take the privilege to introduce you to Dr. Srinivasan Gopalakrishnan. I would request Mr. Gopalakrishnan to take the center stage and proceed with the session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah, right. Uh, uh, Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's my privilege to thank all the authorities of BBIMSR and especially to Dr. Viswati ji, Dr. Blasrao ji, and Dr. Anjali ji. Also, I take this opportunity to thank Dr. Manisha ji, both Manisha Square, as well as Dr. Asma ji. Also, it's my pleasure to hear Dr. Dahipandi's speech before me, and he has given an overview. Hello, is it audible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir, yes,
we
sir,
are
it's
audible,
audible.
sir.
Yeah.
Please
Could
continue.
you share my PPT, or should I share?
It is running, sir.
Sir, it
Already
is
it
running.
is.
You can.
I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it into my system.
So everyone else is able to see the slide. We will change the slide accordingly. You can start the session.
Not getting.
So we have shared the slide. Otherwise, you can
Yeah,
also share it on your desktop. No issue.
yeah. I'll try to share from mine.
Sure, sir. I'll stop the presentation. Please share it on your desktop.
1 second. Just sharing. Are you able to see my screen?
No, sir. It is not visible, sir.
Not able to share. Or you can share from your side. I'm not able to share it.
Okay,
Sure, sir. Yes, sir. I'll share it through my desktop. Just a second.
I just disconnect and join it back.
Manisha ma'am, can we have a group photo?
Yes, ma'am.
Manisha ma'am.
Yes, definitely. Yes,
Meanwhile, I
ma'am.
think
Definitely.
please.
Okay, meanwhile. Okay, no problem. Requesting all students to put on their cameras so that we can have one group photo.
All the
Sir,
participants,
Devate sir, hello. Sir, please put on your camera.
I have put on, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes. Manisha ma'am. Hello.
other students, Shraddha, Kritika, Satyajit, Anirudh, Srinivasan sir, आप भी अपना कैमरा ऑन कीजिए.
All
Aniket,
student participants are requested to put on their cameras so that we can have one photos. Hello.
yes, request all the participants, please put on your cameras. Yes, everyone. Aparna, शुभम, वृशाली, सचिन, श्रेया, जरा अपना कैमरा ऑन करें प्लीज. विल टेक वन ग्रुप फोटो. श्रद्धा, कृतिका. Yes, Srinivasan sir, you can also please. Yeah, Gopal Krishna Srinivasan sir. प्लीज अपना कैमरा ऑन करें. मनीषा मैम जरा सर को कॉल करके बोलेंगे. ये सत्यजीत नायक, कृतिका, श्रद्धा, अनिकेत, प्लीज अपना कैमरा ऑन करें. देयर इज अ रिक्वेस्ट टू एवरीवन. यस एवरीवन, प्लीज kindly put on your cameras. Yes, Kritika. Yes, good afternoon, sir. Srinivasan, sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm Dr. Asmatara. Shraddha, Kritika,
Yeah,
Satyajit, please put on your cameras.
something problem is happening in my.
Fardeen, अपना कैमरा ऑन करें प्लीज. Yes, thank you, Aniket. Please ask your friends to put on their cameras now, Aniket. Aniket. Yes, yes. Thank you, Kritika. Kritika, I could not able to see your face, beta. Your face is not visible, Kritika. थोड़ा और दूर रखिए अपना सेल फोन. श्रद्धा, Fardeen, Fardeen, please put on your camera. अनिकेत, मनीषा वाघोड़े मैम को जरा फोन करके बताएंगे. दोनों मनीषा, अमरजीत सर, अनिरुद्ध, अनिरुद्ध मैम को जरा फोन करके
Yes,
बोलें.
ma'am.
मैम शायद कनेक्ट हो गई है.
Yes, ma'am.
Shraddha, please put on your camera. Aniket, Shraddha, Satyajit, Fardeen, अपना कैमरा ऑन करो. We'll have group photo. Everyone, please put on your cameras. कृतिका, आपका फेस नहीं आ रहा है बेटा, सिर्फ आपका हाथ आ रहा है. Yes.
Are you able to see my PPT? Are you able to see my PPT?
Sir, we'll have one group photo and then we'll start another session. Srinivasan sir.
Yes. Are you able to see my PPT?
Sir, am I audible to you, sir? Srinivasan sir.
Yeah. I'm audible. So are you
We'll
audible?
have one group photograph. Sir, we'll have first one group photograph and then we'll start your session, sir.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, Aniket. Harshala, Fardeen, please put on your camera. Shraddha, dear, please put on your camera. Yeah, thank you, Satyajit. Thank you so much. Thank you, Shraddha. Fardeen, please अपना कैमरा ऑन करें. अमरजीत. Sir, where is Manisha? Manisha ma'am and Manisha Shukla ma'am. Yes, Shraddha, can I see you, Shraddha? Satyajit, please. Fardeen. Shraddha, please share your camera, Shraddha. Yes, Satyajit. Harshala. Please share your camera. श्रद्धा, हम आपके क्यूरीज लेंगे बेटा. फर्स्ट विल हैव द ग्रुप फोटो. यस, श्रीनिवासन सर, आप भी अपना कैमरा ऑन करें. गोपाल कृष्ण श्रीनिवासन सर, प्लीज अपना कैमरा ऑन करें. थैंक यू हर्षला. यार, थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू सो मच. यस, सत्यजीत, हर्षला, please put on your camera. Yeah, thank you. Just a second, let me take photos. Yes, just a second. Thank you so much. Yes, Srinivasan sir, you can start. Over to you, sir. Srinivasan sir, now you can share your screen.
Sir, I'm sharing the slide from my end. Just a second. Sir, is this slide visible now? Asmat ma'am?
हाँ राजेश, slide is visible, but whether Srinivasan sir could say.
Sir, is this slide visible?
Srinivasan sir, is slide visible to you? Yes, Srinivasan sir. Sir is there, Rajesh?
Ma'am, sir is not in the meeting. I think he must have left to reconnect.
He got it. Correct. We'll wait for him. I think he got connected.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Is this slide visible?
Yes.
Sir.
Yeah. Is it audible
Please
now?
start.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
sir. Very much. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm sorry for the delay from my side. There's some network issue which happens in.
Sir, you can take
Sir,
control
it's
from
fine.
your end as well.
Yes, I'll take the control.
Sir, slide visible है आपके लिए?
Yeah. Slide is visible. Right.
Okay.
I'm
You can
taking
proceed.
control onto this. Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Without wasting much of time onto the presentations, I just go ahead into the topic which is related to all the students as well as the faculty members of your prestigious institution. Ladies and gentlemen, what we are today for that workshop is for the e-resources. Why? What is the need of an e-resources? What's going to give you the e-resources in your academic career or in your future, not even in academic, also when you are in a job, what it is going to give you. The e-resources, it is kind of materials which are available in a digital format, accessible electronically. So in recent days, the situation is moving towards the information age, which is a vital component for our overall development. This information age is used by many of the researchers as well as the information professionals worldwide. Why they are using this? In this 20th century, particularly there are two revolutions. One is an industrial revolution and another one is an information technology revolution. So we are noticing this exponential growth in this information technology revolution rather than an industrial revolution. Of course, both are interrelated, whether it is an industry or then IT, both are interrelated. And nowadays, even it is interrelated to the academic area also. In this, the librarianship plays an important role in this information age, and what to provide, what time, the information to be provided to the users in particular with the use of an ICT. Before moving into the e-resources, I just to put in a few points. Where is our Indian higher education and what are the challenges or developments which we have seen over the years? There is a restructured national higher education system. Now, there is not going to be any UGC or AICT. It is mixed together now. New organizational models has come. There are important teaching and research programs and curricula, what is that important changes? Now, you have seen this particularly in this COVID situation area, all the faculty members, they started to use the ICT facilities, whatever they have, whether it is an iPad, whether it is a mobile, or whether it's a laptop or a desktop. They try to use their ICT tools to give you the kind of information what they learn. even they are away from you. Like you might have seen before 9 months or 10 months, the faculty members are in the classrooms and use both hard copy as well as on the IT. But now, after this situation, the exponential growth of ICT and the IT, now like the faculty are so happy to use that virtual learning environments. That is the emergence of virtual learning environment. These challenges paved a way of serious thinkings to compensate the reduced library budgets in libraries. The web resources or the e-resources are the emerging toolkit for the academic institutions. And particularly, you might have come across various models which are emerging in India as InflipNet, Telnet, UGC, Infonet. And each IITs and IIMs, they have their own consortium basis. PuneNet, NIT. Dahipande might be knowing about the PuneNet and their services. And why? Why should I use electronic research? What advantage would I take from my college? Does it cost too much? I don't understand computers, let alone electronic resources, retrospective conversion, etc. So why should I use electronic resources? Electronic resources can be used in a very simple way, and I'll get the right information in a fastest way. Very multiple, I don't say like if you go to a particular traditional library, you need to search many books and it takes much of time for you. But whereas like the electronic resources, in a short span of time, you could get many information and the related information also. That is why like I use electronic resources. Does it cost too much? In both the way, I could say yes, of course. Because of the ICT use of ICT, it costs too much, and the publishers they spend on that copyright right and the IPR right and so many things. So because of that, like the cost of electronic resources is much. And recently, like even I could say, like for my library, when we are looking after the e-resources for our all the 17 centers spread across our India for the NIFT centers, the publishers are taking advantage of this COVID situation and asking an individual entity instead of like keeping it as a single entity. So it costs a lot. I said like what we paid around $16,000. Now like I need to spend around $40,000 to $50,000 per annum. So it's a kind of an advantage also the publishers are taking. Above all, I'm not sure like whether the idea of computers are running everything. Yes, of course, the computers are running and we are bound with these computers. So this is a timeline like where like from traditional library, now we moved on to virtual library, crossing various stages of the growth of library from automated to the hybrid library. Traditional library, it has only the books or the hard copies. From the virtual library, there is a library without walls, provides access to various resources. And what is the hybrid library? Hybrid library is both digital as well as the electronic resources as well as the hard copy resources. Some of the few characters of the electronic library which you might have come across is the management of resources with a computer, ability to link the information provider with the information seeker via electronic channels, where like we will be using our emails or the social media, and there is a staff to intervene in the electronic transition when requested by the information. So you may not be well versed with the electronic resources, how to get the right information. Again and again, like I use that word short span of time because that is the advantage of this e-resources and its ability to organize, store, and transmit information via electronic channels. So, like whenever like you come across some information, so immediately you copy it, put it in your storage area, whether it is in a Google Drive or uh, hard drive or wherever it is, and immediately you might be passing it to your faculty members or your colleagues or your peers. So that is an advantage. Same thing that the digital library also. A digital library normally like the resources which are in a digital format will be available with you in a kind of the way of recordings or videotapes or maps or scientific data, images which are being used in your system or in your library in a digital format. So what is virtual library? It's with a library without walls, and you travel electronically or virtually through the world to get information from various places. Earlier days, the researchers, they move from one library to one library to get their bibliographical data for the research. Now, like sitting across my table in front of my computer, I travel to a library which is situated in US, or I go to UK, or I go to South American countries, Brazil, or somewhere, or I can go to China or Korea, wherever it is. From my system, I throw a fraction of minutes. That is the virtual library. And as I already informed you, the traditional library with the digital aspects is a hybrid library. Why you need a hybrid library? So you cannot get away with the with your printed materials. Of course, you need the printed materials always. Say like because of the electronic resources are more nowadays, some of the readers are losing their interest to read. They just go to the electronic resources, copy, see an article which is related to my subject or something, copy it and paste it in my subject, like my project or assignments. No, this is not the way like you have to go for that. When you see that the electronic resources, some of the materials are the abstract or the full text which you see, kindly go to your library, go to the printed materials, read the books, relate the materials which you collected from your e-resources under the hard copies. All the e-resources which are available are not an authenticated one, but whereas the hard copies are an authenticated materials. The books or the journals, printed journals are authenticated rather than the unknown e-resources. You have the authenticated e-resources with a certain places or the certain libraries around the world. Some of the resources just blindly available in the internet may not be an authenticated resource. Even I could say that Wikipedia resources are like we always refer the Wikipedia or anything wikis, which can be edited by any of the users who is registered with their user ID password. Do you mean do you like believe onto that? Yes, whatever I know some information, I edit it and I put it. Tomorrow, like some X will edit my resources, whatever I put, and like he will correct it. So like it is not going to be an authenticated information. Whatever you see in the wiki, you just cross check with the related resources. Say for example, if you see something about the new US President Joe Biden in Wikipedia, go to the president website and cross check that where you will get an authenticated information. And coming back to this, what are the information system products which are available is print materials, non-print materials which is available in electronic or digital resources into your library or into your system, and the third one is the web resources. So this is a small image where the print materials, how it can be used. One is on a physical form, or the another is the content is in primary, secondary, and tertiary resources. The physical forms will be in a book or a non-book form. In the electronic form, which is available in CD-ROM, microfilm, microfiche, and all. This is the source of information where like formal and informal source of information. Or a researcher where he has to go. First, like, let the researcher go to the primary sources, then the secondary resources, and the tertiary resources. What are the primary resources? So, published and unpublished. Journals, patterns, standards, conference proceedings are the published sources. And unpublished are manuscripts, letters, theses, minutes of the meetings are the unpublished resources. And the secondary sources, you might be knowing the encyclopedias, directories, dictionaries, biographies, etc. The primary resources and the secondary resources contains into the tertiary resources, guides of literature, union catalogs, bibliography of bibliographies. So, like, what are the digital resources? Online databases, CD-ROMs in information product. Earlier, like everything, it came into the CD sources. Like Medlars, you take Medlars, it came into the CD-ROMs and the volume of CDs, like it needs to be put it in the discs and go for the search. But now it has come into the online resources, like digital audios, video clips, or the movies were into the CD-ROMs. So library have the major responsibility of any institution to manage the information resources in a quick and convenient access, on demand, and in anticipation of the information. As a library, I should know like what my students are what is their need, what kind of syllabus they have in this semester, what kind of subject they have in what is the need of academic institution. The staff, library staff should know about their institution well and about their courses, like about the faculty members. Then only they could provide a convenient services to the students and the faculty members. What are the web resources? Web is a huge reservoir of information filled with billions of documents. You might have seen across into your websites. So the web classified number of ways, from personal analysis, from research and academic information such as reports, course materials to information, product information, advertising materials and all. From publications, from books, journals to databases and digital libraries. What are the information available on the web? Electronic journals, e-discussion or list forms, Usenet news, data and software archives, email-based information services, campus-wide services, like if the institute has like many campuses, they will be sharing across the campuses. Under library catalogs is on through the web-based packs and online databases. And guides to information sources, search engines, online chatting, organization of directories, full text documents. There are types of web resources are available. One is on the open web, which is anything about online that can be found freely in the use of search engines. And the gated web, which is an accessible by subscription based CA, LISA, BIOSIS, INSPECT. These are the subscription based the web resources. And you have quite a number of invisible web resources. So some of the databases which cannot be found through the search engines, but can be accessed through a particular page at the front end, use of LC's Library of Congress website. And this is like which tool like you should use to get to your information. Just running through without taking much of time. So there are like three ways you can access the web resources. One is through search engines, and another one is web packs and a specified URL or websites. So some of the web engines, search engines, Yahoo, Alta Vista, like us, Google, Excite, Hotbot. So like normally most of the people we use only Google search engines. Each search engine it has their unique feature and their own the search criteria different. So you may like some of the search criteria differs from each search engine to search engine. So these are the few web pages of the search engines. What are the benefits when you go for the resources? It allows rapid information retrieval. It is very interactive. Like you might be thinking how like the web resources is an interactive when there is no person in front of me. I'm sorry. So like when you get some information over the net, so immediately you will be going to the other resources through web itself to verify whether I got the resource is right or not, or like does it has any alternate. So you are interacting virtually with other resources, and you have a direct access, and it supports multimedia, whether it is an video or images or only the document text or combine of everything which is available. And the time and cost, of course, when it goes into the print compared to the prints, it is very less time, and cost is also reasonably effective, cost effective, and you will get that updated information time and again. So like you from in your library you might be having the volume 1 or 2 of as a particular journal, but when you see in the web resource you might be having the latest journal in the web. So like before you get a hard copy, you are in a position to see the latest publication in the web resources. Of course, when you have a positive, there is some negative also. Some of the demerits, the initial cost of the publisher is high. Some of the resources for the web resources, the hardware presence will be there. Say like when you have the Adobe or some other thing, like you need to have a latest one, or like it may not access. So you need to have the compatibility of your system. And as I already informed you, that instability of the web, the information which you see keep on changing. Today you will be seeing something, and tomorrow it may be changed. So that is why, like as a library professionals, we always insist the students that like when you quote something from your web resources as a citation, always we say that accessible on so and so date. So like today you will be having some information, tomorrow it may not be there. So that is why we always insist that you use, whenever you use a citation from the web resources, use the date when you access. As I informed you, the lack of citation also. Proper citation, you may not be in a position to give the proper citation. So you may be having the text with the author, but where it is published from, what is the which institute the author is from, or which company he belongs to, you may not be having that all the details. Under the date of publication also, you might be having just the text under the author name when it is published, like which may not be available. So today when I see, I quote that like as on date it is available in the website. So like that is why like all the researchers under the PG students, please when you cite anything from the from the web resources, use accessed on. So quite gateways are through the search engines, like you could use the subject gateways and some of the web directories which are usually human compiled guides on the web. They contain various categories and subcategories of organizing websites according to their contents. Example of Yahoo, Lycos, LookSmart, Argus, etc. And e-journals, when coming to the point of e-journals, these are exactly mirror print copy. So like suppose like if your library is having a Sage publication on a retail marketing, the same copy only will be available on the web resources. So it won't change from this material to that material. The text and everything will be same in the from hard copy and the e-resources. Some of the publishers nowadays, like there is no hard copy print model, it is only available in the e-form only. And it is published whether it is in a globally or nationally, and whether it is accessible to a particular people or it is everybody can access. These are available in the e-journals. Type of e-journals what we have is online journals, journals which are under CDs, and networked journals. What do you mean by networked journals? Network journal is for a particular community or a particular group. Online journals, the publisher they themselves publish it through the website, on their own website or through a third category, third party websites. And journals which are published through the CD-ROM, and you will get the copy of the CD-ROM into the library. So the advantages on the e-journals, the access to the latest publications, and the time, quick search, and you have the multimedia elements. So nowadays, like all the e-journals in the soft copy, they give an hyperlinks also for the external source. So when you search something and you are getting some information into your e-resources, you will be having a hyperlink. When you go, it goes to the external links and they give you the further details. So that is one plus point in an e-journal, whereas like in the printed journals, you may not be in a position to get these details. And downloading or a photocopying or the printing printout of the e-journals is easy. Demerits, it is not sure like all the users are computer friendly or knowledge friendly, but of course nowadays even an LKG or UKG students in a position to search and give it to the parents rather than even they are teaching to the faculty members. So like, it may not be the one now, and each the remembering of your passwords. Whenever you go to a particular site, like you have to register. So like user ID and the passwords, and you need to change frequently for the others should not use it. So like you keep on change your passwords. And the network is mainly a major issue so all over the world. And the font size is also major base. When you read digitally, some of the e-resources are very small where you have to maximize it and read. And at that time, like you may not be in a position to see in a single page. You have to scroll it up and down, and a continuous reading which is in the printed form, you will get a feel when you read it in the printed form. But you may not get it in the e-journal when you read it in the e-journal. So like that is why when you use the e-journals, we lose of the reading habits. There is a study around 90% of the people, those who use e-formats, are not reading the article fully, and they just go through overview, go through all the pages, and only select part. They just copy it and paste it wherever they want. They don't read fully and they don't understand fully. That's a study itself. So that is like always we suggest go for a printed volume to read. Of course, like electronic resources is to collect the information, and the further you read. Some of the e-resource journals which are available through JGate, and these are the resources where you will get the journals or the other e-resources. I am just rushing it through. So, like UGC Infonet itself is giving e-journal consortium. Are you able to see? Is it audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. These are some of the UGC Infonet e-journals consortium, like where what are the universities they are using it, and it's like you can search it through the alphabets also, or like the open. You can just go to the keyword, give a keyword and search it. And these are from the Elsevier publications. What are the journals? This is a virtual library under microscopy. And free full text articles where you will get it the Hyper CIS, Journal of Information Services, online journals. And this is an important one like a DOA director of open access journals. Most of the journals you will get it and almost in all the subjects it covers. Most of the and it is an authenticated resource. I told you earlier, like authenticated job publications are available in this DOAJ, and some of the university libraries websites also, like you will get the information. This is the dissertations, all the projects or thesis are available in this site. This is a digital library of the ND. What are the barriers which are in the IT? Lack of financial resources of an institution, manpower resources, and for some of the top management, some institutions are facing the positive attitude towards the IT applications of the staff. As I suppose, like some age old staff is there in your institution, they may not willing to accommodate with this IT applications. So like they will say that no, I don't know. Like you just go and you search yourself. They don't help you to do. And the motivation, some of the always they say that no, don't take it, don't take it, don't take it. For the IT staff of the institution should be paid, and they should be rewarded accordingly. There should be some of the promotional avenues. These are the administrative part. Also, like these are some of the barriers. I'm just skipping this information address report, which is not really. And in concluding the e-resources, is very important for any academics. The electronic resources initiated various changes from traditional library, virtual library, and everyone is depending upon the e-resources. One way, like I should say that, like thanks to this COVID situation, which helped everybody to use the electronic resources effectively, whether it is from the virtual learning and virtual resources, whatever the way, it gives a path to the next generation to take forward. Now everybody is, even the faculty members, those who have not used the ICT tools earlier days, are now they accommodate with themselves with these IT tools and they started teaching virtually. Uh, say sometime back, like maybe 6 months or 7 months back, like I might not be familiar with the Zoom or Microsoft Teams or Google Meet or whatever it is. But now everybody is comfortable with these resources. And like if you call them like, why don't you come? No, 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 like I'm comfortable with virtually, like you please like give me a link, I'll go for a lecture. And today, like say all these lectures for these workshops, we are sitting in various corners of the country, and we could meet around 100, 200 people virtually. So whatever we learned and whatever you learned, like we are sharing the information. This is a big plus point for this virtual tools, virtual knowledge. So like there is, I should say like 10 reasons why the internet is no substitute for a library. Not everything is on the internet. The needle in the haystack, quality control doesn't exist, of course. When you don't know really does hurt you. States can now buy one book and distribute to every library on the web. It is happening nowadays. Are there a library? Less universities now, but a virtual state library would do it right. The internet, a mile wide and inch. The internet is ubiquitous, but books are portable. So these are some of the e-resources, particularly for your management studies. I just taken it from few resources. These resources, some of the resources are free, some of them are the paid resources, or some of them you will get the abstract itself. So maybe you can use up these resources. Thank you. Thanks for your patience, hearing, and it is open for you if you have any information. Thank you.
Uh, thank you so much, Srinivasan Gopalakrishnan sir, for giving us information about e-resources, different search engines, and benefits of e-journal, but also telling us why the actual library is still the treasure for us and how we use e-resources to for management and copy pasting from there. And when reading, people not just don't use the e-resources, but they do not read. So when you want to read something, actually study something, take a printout of it and study. That's going to benefit us. But we really benefit from the research you have done, and we are really grateful for the time and effort you took to share your research with us. Thank you so much, sir. And
Thank you.
I would request.
Thank you.
I think Amarjit, if students are having any doubt, can we have the question answer session? Yes, students. If anyone is having
if anybody has any
doubt or
questions,
query, this forum is open for you. Both the speakers are there in front of you. You can ask your doubts, you can ask your questions, or you want any information to know about it. Forum is open for you. Yes.
Just to put across, like if any student, anything is if any student is needed, like they can mail it to me also, like where I do question to search it and give it to the recording.
Okay, Amarjit, and we'll go for the vote of thanks.
yes, sure. So I would request Prapti Vichare to give the vote of thanks to our guest. And over to you, Prapti.
Good afternoon, everyone. With immense pleasure, I would like to present the vote of thanks for today's session on behalf of Bharati Vidyapeeth Institute of Management Studies and Research. I would like to thank our guest speakers, Dr. N.B. Dahibate sir and Dr. S. Gopal Krishnan sir, for visiting and enlightening us with their thoughts. Today's session was very informative and at the same time interesting. It gave deep insights into the topic e-resources and also revealed its importance. I'm pretty sure the precious knowledge that our speakers gave us will definitely help us in using e-resources for learning, teaching and research in future. Once again, I would like to thank Dr. N.B. Dahibate sir and Dr. S. Gopal Krishnan sir for taking out time from their busy schedule, conducting this session and sharing their knowledge. Thank you so much to both the speakers. I would like to also thank ICSSR New Delhi, our Chief Patron, Honorable Dr. Vishwajit Kadam Sir, our Regional Director, Dr. Vilasrao Kadam Sir, our BVIMSR Director, Dr. Anjali Kalse Ma'am, our Workshop Coordinator, Dr. Manisha Wagmore Ma'am, our Workshop Co-Coordinators, Dr. Manisha Shukla Ma'am and Dr. Asmatara Sheikh Ma'am, and all the faculty members for organizing this session. I want to thank the student organizing committee who really worked hard to make this day successful. Also, thank you to all the student participants present here for being good listeners and attending the session attentively. We'll resume our e-resources webinar again tomorrow, so everyone be there tomorrow at the same time. Thank you and have a good day.
Hello. All the student participants are requested to fill the feedback form. Feedback link is sent on the WhatsApp group as well as in chat box. Thank you.
Your feedback, based on your feedback form, you are going to receive your certificates. So please make sure that you people will submit your feedback form. Yes, Manisha ma'am, is there any instructions for tomorrow's
Yes,
and all?
we are having. Yes, we'll be having one photo session along with the second guest speaker.
Yes, there is a request to all the participants. Please put on your cameras. Yes. Shraddha, Aniket, Amarjit, Harshala, Aniruddha. Yes, our guest speakers, Dr. Dahibate sir. I think Srinivasan sir. I think
I'm
Manisha
requesting
ma'am.
Rajesh and hello. I'm requesting Rajesh and Anirudh to have photo of all participants.
Manisha ma'am, I think Srinivasan sir is not there. I guess he got disconnected. I am not able to see him.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, Aniket, Shraddha, Fardeen, Prapti. क्या हुआ मैम? Srinivasan sir got disconnected, I guess. Aniket, Shraddha, Fardeen, please share your screen. Put on your cameras. Shraddha, Aniket. There's a request to all the participants. Please put on your cameras. Yes, there's a request to all the participants. Shraddha, Aniket. Yes, thank you, Sagar. I think Vagbade ma'am got disconnected. She might be calling to Srinivas sir. Yes, ma'am. Where is our second guest speaker? Manisha, ma'am. Ma'am, you are unmute. Please make yourself unmute. Vagbade ma'am.
Hello. Yes, yes, ma'am. Sir is right now joining. I called him. Sir is joining.
Okay.
We'll wait. I am requesting Rajesh and Anirudh to